For this workout, we're gonna do 100 wide pull-ups.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel. We'd like to experience everything that life has to offer. I'm trying to get better at pull-ups. I'm decent at them, but I really want to kind of step my game up. So we figured, why not kind of film some progression videos? And for this workout, we're only doing one thing. Or technically 100 things. We're doing 100 wide pull-ups. My goal is to do 100 wide pull-ups with perfect form. No kipping, none of that BS. True wide pull-ups. And what I'm gonna do is in each set, do as many as I can. So my first set might be 10. The next set might be 3. The set after that might be 8. And my goal is at 100 with good form, try to get my pull-ups a lot better. And especially because I'm on camera now, I definitely have to step my game up. So, start. Nine, 10, 11, 12. All right, stop there. So let's 12 to start. Solid first set, I'll say. My goal for this year is to do 20 pull-ups in a single set, specifically wide and with good form. Wait, I just want to double check. I am recording. Sometimes, especially when I'm filming a fitness video, sometimes when I start working out, I forget, wait a minute, did I actually hit record? Because I'm so, both focused on making the video and making sure the cinematography's right, the angles are right, the lighting looks good. But also, I want to make sure that I'm working out with good form, doing good workout. It is interesting, I will say, working out on camera. And as you can probably already tell, this is going to be kind of like a raw, unedited video which is kind of nice. Based off the video length, which you can see right now, I can't, because obviously we don't know yet. I can also see how long this is going to take me. So however long this video is roughly how long this is going to take me. So that was 12. And like I said, however many sets it takes me, with however many reps in each set. Like I said, I call these any percent workouts. It's kind of relevant, like I said, to speed running, although not 100%, I guess, apples to apples in terms of a comparison. But I don't know, I'm a huge fan of speed running. I think it's one of the hardest, physical, I was about to say physical, I guess, yeah, technically one of the hardest physical, but especially mental disciplines that I think doesn't get enough credit. And that seems like a very random place to start off with this video, but yeah, and like I said, maybe take a minute or two break between each set, because I do want each one to be perfect. I'd much rather this video be longer, where each rep I feel like I'm doing with good form, with as little momentum as possible, no kipping or whatever. All right, that was a lot, actually. I feel like maybe 12 was maybe too many to start with, because I think my record right now, in case you're curious, if you're wondering, my record with, I'd like to say perfect form, a really, really good form, maybe not perfect, but really good form, is 15. I can do 15 wide pull-ups with solid form. But I think that was last year, so I haven't really tried to break that recently. Maybe I could do 20 if I'm really warmed up, but all right, we're at 12. Whew. All right, 21. I use a little slight bit of momentum near the end, but as you can see, my goal, as wide grip as I can on this bar, and then basically chin above the bar is kind of what I'm looking at. Hopefully the angle looks good. I'm kind of double checking on the video. So I haven't really done any test ones though, so hopefully I'm not going too far above the camera, but this is my first, and that's the thing about this might be my first ever raw workout video on this channel, because I have had a lot of requests to do more fitness videos. Also, in this channel is all about experiencing new things. So sometimes it's traveling, and sometimes me going to a party or a festival. Sometimes it's a book review. But I want to do more raw fitness workouts. just because one, they're a lot of fun, and two, it actually helps kind of push me more. Like I feel like I do like my best workouts on camera, so it's kind of like a nice motivation to be like, okay, if I'm working out and no one's watching me, I still push myself. But when it's on camera, I'm like, okay, if my form is bad, this video is gonna be on the internet forever or whatever, right? So it's like, if my workout's bad, then my workout will be bad for everyone to see forever. So, all right, so I'm at 21. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I should bang out like 4. That last one kind of hurt. All right, so at 25 now. Which fun fact is my lucky number, so a quarter of the way there, you know? And so I think what I want to do, trying to take like, almost like a Dorian Yates, like Mike Menzer approach, is I'd almost rather take maybe like longer breaks between sets, even though that one I know is kind of like recent. But I take longer breaks between sets, but do more in each set, right? So really kind of do semi-max for each set. Like maybe like a few, what do they call it? I think RIR or reps in reserve, meaning like if I can do maximum 10, I do 7. So I can do 3 more, but I'm stopping at 7. So I'm like almost approaching my max for how I'm feeling in that given set. I can't beat this day though. It's beautiful out. I'm in an area called Playa Vista here in California. It's like kind of near LAX, Playa del Rey, and Marina del Rey. So you might hear like a lot of stuff going on in the background. There are soccer fields, like parks. Also, there's a bunch of like bodyweight stuff around here. And then in addition, there's like a huge walking path. If you want to do almost like a nice, beautiful walk for being out in the sun. We're at 25. I think this workout's gonna be harder than I thought because I really want to do each one with really good form. Do you want me to get the ball? Right there actually. I can snag it if you want.
I just can't see it.
Yeah, it's right here.
If the fence is like blocking it, oh, there.
Oh, you're no problem. You actually just saw it at the corner of my eye, so.
The fence was blocking it. I'm like, I guess it's all done.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. Whew. Yeah, somebody lost their ball and just saw it, so went to retrieve it real quick. So, whew. I mean, I can't beat today. And again, let me know in the comments. I know pretty early on this video to say this, but let me know if you like this kind of style of video where I'm not trying to like make it super jump cutty and not trying to show you the highlights. I mean, if anything, you're gonna see me like genuinely struggle because I've seen some of these videos online. Like I want to give him a shout out. There's one creator called Kes, K-E-S, and his videos are similar to this, where they're like super long, like some of them are like a half an hour, hour and a half videos, and they're unedited. So you can really kind of see like him struggling. You can see like not just these like flashy highlights of all these best parts, but you see him also, I think, if anything, the like non-highlights or like the struggles and what actually goes into sometimes doing like what could be considered a really tricky workout. All right, with that being said, I'm at 25, so a quarter of the way there. But you know, I think for some of these workouts, it always starts off faster. Like my first set was 12, which I feel like was maybe too much if I'm trying to pace myself. But then again, why pace myself where I can go as hard as I can for as long as I can, you know. Whew. All right, I'll do one more. Come on. All right, 34. So, third of the way there. I don't know if I'm the only one who does this. Like, I used to do this a lot. I'm like high school when waiting for the class to end, where I'm like, okay, like I'm halfway there, which means I have 30 minutes left. which means I have 2 15-minute segments left, or 3 10-minute segments, or like, you know, so on and so forth. So I'm at 34. So I'm actually technically smudge more than a third of the way there, or 34% for being specific. But I also have been training pull-ups more and more. I mean, I hate being cliche, but sometimes there's a reason why cliche things are cliche. But shout out to David Goggins, because I was watching him and other people do more pull-ups, and I'm like, okay, I'm really good at push-ups. Like, I just got a planche push-up for the first time ever earlier this year. I did like an entire video about that. That was more of like a highlight journey vlog for like a video like this, which is casual. So push-ups I got down. Dips, I feel like most bodyweight stuff I consider myself like pretty good at, like decently at. Pull-ups are the one that I'm like, all right, I'm decent, but I want to consider myself like really, really good yet. You know, I feel like maybe if I can do 20 in a set, that's when I'd be like, all right, granted, like I would say, I'm kind of like really hard on myself, especially because I think one bittersweet thing about social media, and I know social media gets a lot of flack right now, although I don't consider YouTube social media, but different discussion. But I think one positive thing, trying to look at things optimistically, is I think it does allow people to see like other people and compare themselves. And sometimes that's a bad thing, like if you look at what's going on with like beauty and stuff like that. But another times, I think when it comes to fitness, it's like, oh, whoa, look at how crazy that guy did with pull-ups. I'm gonna try to push myself to do better or just as good as him. So I try to use social media as like a fun tool. Like I remember when I did track, one quote from my coach was, you train with others, but compete only against yourself, right? And so I kind of like that, where it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, can I really do X amount of pull-ups? And then I see someone else do it. I'm like, you know what? They can do it. Maybe I can too. So let me push myself and compete with myself, using them as a good motivator to do better in fitness. I know it's kind of similar to Roger Bannister, because you know he's first person to break the sub 4 minute mile. And there's something like, don't quote me on this exactly, but something along the lines of the next month after he broke the 4 minute barrier for a mile, I think it was like 10 runners did as well. So which kind of showed you that like through the power of like almost, I'm gonna call it like empathetic training, they're like, wait, if he did it, maybe I can too. And then boom, like was it 10 broke it literally the next month, something along those lines, right? And so using, you know, like I said, empathy in a motivational way, and I stress the word maybe fun as well, as like a friendly competitive way, being like, oh man, if he can do it, I gotta do it. And then yeah, we're at 34. Last one hurt. Whew. I feel like I'm reaching, not like a max, but like, I think now I'm starting to hit like a soft wall, you know, where I might need to recover more. I'm at 42. So my goal maybe is like to round everything off, hit like 50 on the next one. Let me see where I'm at. 13 minutes. 42 seconds, but then again, I filmed a couple like intros on this video. So, yeah. I guess one positive aspect of filming is like, I don't want this video to be like an hour and a half long. So I guess it almost like motivates me to try to do these faster, but it's still good form, still good form. So I'm gunning, like I think for 8. Gotta hit solid 8 set, excuse me, 8 rep. I have no idea what set I'm on. I've lost count, but like I said, all I go by is reps right now, 42. Because I'd be curious to see as well. Maybe we'll do like another video like this if it's easier to do, like say like 10 sets of 10 with a solid break, or is it harder to do what I'm doing now, which is kind of like each set I'm pretty much going for like almost max, and I stop doing the pull-ups when I can tell my form's slacking, or when I can tell I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to use a little like body momentum or movement to get like that next rep in. That's when I'm like, all right, I'm cut off, completely cut off. Typically, I'll say as well, just kind of talking about my fitness stuff, because I do get a lot of questions. And feel free to post them in the comments as well, because I do get so many questions about my workouts, what I do. Because I said I do work out almost every day and everything. Is like, typically, as one huge pro tip I give, I typically do what I call superset. In case you know, superset means, in like say a given set, you do multiple different exercises, and typically the way that most people do it when they superset is 2 different muscle groups. So for example, let's say today I'm doing pull-ups. I also might add in legs. So I might do, like say, you know, certain amount of wide pull-ups, and then when I'm done, get down and do like a certain amount of air squats, and then do that, right? For this video though, I think there is something kind of like oddly, I don't know, both challenging and not. It's there's pros and cons when I'm saying, okay, all I'm doing is wide pull-ups. I'm not even doing different other pull-ups. I'm not doing chin-ups, I'm not doing close grip, just wide, and I'm only doing is a triple digit figure of 100. And I think sometimes it's interesting that I think it actually makes it, in some ways, it's almost like, this can be a really weird analogy, flying and having a layover versus not. Because sometimes when I fly and I have a layover, it breaks it up. And even if the trip is longer, it doesn't feel as long, because like there's something about that layover that helps break up the traveling time. Other times though, I feel like if I do, like say, do a layover, sometimes it feels longer. However, like if I have like a single flight, like say I'm going from LA back to Boston or vice versa, sometimes one flight feels longer than a layover, right? Same thing with this. It's kind of weird that sometimes if I'm doing one movement, like I'm doing today, just wide pull-ups, and I'm not supersetting with like air squats, the workout feels longer, because I get done, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna wait for the next set when I'm ready to go. Other times though, you know, it's kind of interesting, you know, it's probably some psychology, maybe even definitely some physiology or physiological aspects to this. I have seen, I think in some studies, I think they have said that like, if you're going for optimal pure like strength, if you're in like the top 1% of athletes and you're really trying to optimize yourself, you're better off picking one muscle group and taking, I think, longer between sets. Because as you can imagine, if I was doing air squats, even though my legs are very different than my upper back, I'm still tiring myself out a little bit more. So I might not be as functional, right? Even though I will say, it does make the workout feel a lot shorter sometimes, supersetting. Even though you're doing more, it just helps break it up mentally, you know? Speaking of breaking it up mentally, I've rambled on enough. I have some chalk. Even though I guess the chalk does and does not help, I think it's fun doing that. Like when we used to rock climb a lot, which I haven't really done in a while, but. All right, so I'm at 42, so I'm gonna do a solid 8 set. Well, this one's gonna be tough, I can tell. Come on, 2 more. All right, halfway. I want to see what the time is actually now that, okay, so it says 18. I don't know exactly how long we think. I probably filmed a bit of an intro for like 1 minute. So it's been about maybe 16 or 17 minutes. 50 pull-ups, not bad. What is that, about like 3 pull-ups a minute-ish? So, as I say too, now that we're halfway, so just gotta repeat what I just did all over again. In case you're trying to get your first pull-up, I know that's a big question I get, especially because I know some people might be watching this being, oh, this is cool. I think other people might be saying, shoot, man, I'm trying to get pull-ups, which I think are super difficult, right? Getting your first pull-up is like, I think takes way more work than your first dip or push-up or sit-up. A couple pro tips I'll give you. One is, like obviously right now I'm kind of jumping up because obviously the bar's up here and I'm pulling up. But like maybe use this one. I don't know if, can you see this one on camera? Let me see. Yeah, okay, you can see it. So I'm not gonna do this because also I'm trying to keep my energy for these. But this might be cut off on this part, but I would go on a bar like this. So basically one that's like close to like your solid, like maybe chest line, or get a stool, a chair, whatever you want to use. Put it, and your goal is to jump up and just lower down as slow as you can. It's called a negative. So what I'm doing is I'm going up to the top of the bar like this, right? Pretend like maybe my chest is up here. And all I'm doing is lowering down as slow as I can. Do maybe like 5 of those every workout. You'd be surprised, just lowering slow, like as slow as you can. Maybe even do like 2, 3, 4, 5 second slow down. And then repeat that. It can help a lot. Another big pro tip for getting your first pull-up is to kind of jump up. You can combine these two and do what's called an isometric hold. All that means is you're holding the position. So what you're doing is Like, say my chest is up here, like I have a stool or something, like a stool that I'm on. I'm just gonna be here and I'm just holding. So I'm just holding up. Then I might maybe hold for 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, then 3 second down. 1, 2, 3, boom. So I'm doing a 6-second thing. The first 3 seconds I'm just holding, next 3 seconds I'm going down. Do those a lot. You'd be surprised if you're doing that, how crazy that will allow you to get pull-ups. Next pro tip I'll give, just give you a few of them, you know, while I'm taking a bit of a rest break, because I find it's easier to, like, even though I'm kind of wasting energy talking, sometimes I find it's easier talking about something else to, like, take my mind off it, and then I jump back. And I can't remember, was it Professor, was it McGill? I can't remember his name, but he's like the expert in pull-ups, is to do, if you're here, to almost jump up and do like a really quick one. That can help get you more pull-ups. So I've done that a little bit where, like, I want to do one pull-up as fast and as most explosive as I can, like chest to the bar, everything firing at once, and that can help you get more pull-ups, like say if you're stuck at 1 or 2 and try to get more. And then lastly, before I jump into the next set, one last one I saw online, I wish I could give credit where credit's due, I can't remember who said this, is they said, almost think of the reverse. As opposed to you thinking about trying to pull up, pretend like you want to break the bar in half. So pretend about like breaking it in half, and that can actually sometimes assist you. Like, they've done studies, and this is true, once you're trying to get more push-ups. A lot of people think of like, oh, I gotta push up. Sometimes reverse it, like flip it on its head. So instead of you trying to do as many push-ups as you can, push-ups, what you're doing is you say you want to push the world away from you. And they found that when people think about pushing the ground away from them, they actually can do more push-ups. So, crazy. Hey, mind's powerful. Speaking of the mind, which Sean's both my mind and my body now, we're halfway there, so feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Not too bad, but you never know, I could hit a huge wall, so. Five. That's 8. Right? Wait, shoot. Yeah, 8. I would hate to lose count. I'm like, wait, did I do like, I think I've seen this before. I would hate to do like, say, like 99 pull-ups, and like, I happen to not do 100, so I'm at 58. So, alright. I feel like I could have done one more, or like maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'm like, I'm at this point now, I'm like, I only have 42 pull-ups left, and I do want them to be good form, so I might conserve some energy, but I think I could have probably done 1 more, actually. You know what? Because I'm having fun, it's fun workout. I'm just going to bang out 2 right now, putting this at 60. Why not? Because I can even do this, because I'm getting kind of tired. So I go for 3. All right, 61. So we're in the 30s now. 39 left. Whew. All right. So. Whew. This is a great day to work out.
Yo, I am not gonna be. I
Doing good. I'm gonna keep checking the time, see if I can like at 24. It'd be nice to. So I didn't really have like a time goal for this workout. It was more like completion, but I don't know. I'm at 61. I don't know, because sometimes with these workouts, like I said, what I call the any percent workouts, I'm trying to think like, would it be faster as opposed to me waiting, doing like set of like 7 or 8, which I feel like I think right now my average is about 7 or 8 pull-ups per set, I think, give or take. As opposed to doing that, if I just did like mini ones like I just did, so doing like 3, wait like 10 seconds, do another 3, wait 10 seconds, and just kept doing that over and over, like, would that be easier because I'm doing smaller sets as opposed to the bigger sets, or would it be harder because obviously I probably take less breaks, right? Maybe there are also 2 different workouts, like maybe that would have a more cardio-ish effect as more of like a full-on like strength building, hypertrophy, semi-max style thing. I don't know, actually. You know? But speaking of that, where am I at right now? 61. I think now that I'm getting close, I'm getting excited, but I'm also getting more tired. So the yin yang of doing these kind of workouts. I'm kind of in the mood for another set. I don't know how well I can do this one though, because I feel like I should wait a little bit longer. I'm also excited. All right, let's just rip it. So we're at 61. Oh. That last one, the second last one, was at 6. So I'm at 67. So 2/3 of the way there. That second last one though, I feel like my chin wasn't fully where I want to be. So I was like, all right, let me see if I can just get one more good one. Take a bit of a longer break. I want to hit 69 for the memes, but you know, maybe I can bang out another 2 right now. For the memes, for the meme gods. All right, just 2, and then chill, all right? Okay, 69 for the memes. Now it's getting tough though. Like, it's been decently tough while doing this, but now I feel like, you know, really sinking in. Got 31 left. A lot easier said than done. You know what though? I think slow and steady wins the race on this one. I mean, just keep trucking along. I'd much rather take a bit longer and have each one be, like I said, full rep. By full rep, I mean starting at the bottom. I don't say like locked arms, but like, because that sometimes can come off a little bit different, but like, you know, basically fully starting at hanging position, all the way up, all the way down. So none of this like half stuff, and none of this, like you see this a lot, people do like this. Full up, full down, and none of this like momentum stuff. I don't know if that was a good impression of that, but whew. So at 69, I hope I didn't miss one though. That's always my biggest fear with a video like this, is like doing them and I'm just trying to rip them out and I'm like, shoot, did I do 8 in that set or 7? So I might maybe do like 101, 102 pull-ups just to do 2 extra ones at the end. I call that it's kind of like a strategy I've tried to do in my workout, so I call it the +1 approach. And that is, I push myself to the max when I'm like, all right, I finished my workout, I did it, and then I do just 1 extra set or 1 extra rep. Because I feel like it can add up. Like, let's say you can only do like 20 push-ups in a workout. That's it. Your max is 20. You're like, I can't do more than 20. You do 20. You get done with your workout. You're like, all right, you have your protein shake, you drink your water. You're about to leave the gym. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to do 1 more. A single one rep to rule them all right before I leave. You get to the door of the gym. I know it sounds kind of weird. You get on the ground, you do 1, then you leave. Yeah, your max is 20. You can only do 20 push-ups in a single workout, but now you just did +1 that. So now you did 21. I know, it's kind of like an interesting approach I've tried taking where it's like, I try to reach what I consider my max. I'm done with the workout, and then I choose like a little, like the cherry on top or sprinkles on the ice cream or whatever. Like one extra like oomph to like complete it on a solid note. I will say though, I don't know, this is just my personal perspective. I may be wrong, honestly, so take this with a grain of salt. But when I first got into calisthenics and like parkour and breakdancing and acrobatic, pretty much all this stuff, and I got into like training, I don't know if this was like a myth or I don't know if this is true. I don't know where I heard this. I could have maybe made it up in my head. I always had the impression that wide pull-ups are the hardest ones. That like chin-ups are the easiest, pull-ups are the next easiest, or the next hardest, the next hardest. So if I had to go like in a hierarchy, chin-ups easiest, like this. pull-ups, a little bit more difficult, wide, the hardest. That was always my impression. Now I may change my stance. I almost feel like regular pull-ups are the hardest for me. I don't know though. I think I remember for a while I was training wide pull-ups a lot, so I feel like I got better at them. Also, if you think about it, if you think of like wide pull-ups, like doing this, like, I don't know if you can see this on camera in the right way I want to show it, but like if I'm like this, right, I only have to go up to here to get my chin above the bar, right? If I'm in pull-ups, I have to go all the way up here. So doing a pull-up, I find requires you to have to pull up more distance. So I almost kind of feel like that pull-ups are actually harder than wide pull-ups, at least for me. Then again, I trade wide pull-ups a lot, I feel like. I've been trying to trade them a good amount. But sometimes I feel like, and I wonder, maybe I'll do like another workout where I do only 100 pull-ups, not 100 wide pull-ups. But I feel like it'd actually be harder for me. I don't know though, maybe it depends on the person too though. Maybe to some people, you know, I think as far as I understand it, heard somewhere that the wider you go, the more you use your back. The more you go inward, the more it requires a lot more of your arm. So like close grip pull-ups are actually, I think, super difficult because I typically don't do this. It's also weird, like this is, I feel like weird. Like, I don't even know what motion I'm making, but that's weirder than just doing this, right? So it could also be hand positioning, body positioning, you know. Anyway, let's do it. Come on. Whew. I'm at 77 now. Oh man. That last one hurt my my hands a bit. I will say that chalk does definitely come in handy. It's not like, so I'm at 77, how we're looking, time. So it's been about half an hour for 77 pull-ups, wide pull-ups. You know what? Talking of +1 mentality. I'm at 77 now. I kind of want to do one more. Excuse me, 3 more. One more set within this like mini round, if I call it that. So it's gonna be tough. He's not gonna be tough. Come on. Oh, ooh. Those do not feel good. Oh, those do not feel good at all. Hi, we're maybe 20 left. 20 left, that's it. So I'm feeling finish line's in sight. One technique I learned, which I just used there, which definitely does help. Could be mental, could be physical, combination. I heard from Pavel Tsatsunin, who's like, this dude's a crazy fitness guy. He was credited with like really bringing the kettlebell to American culture. He trained like Russian special ops. This guy's like a beast. Understatement, by the way, of saying this guy's a beast. And he said the one thing he specialized in when training people is like how to take them from just firing on, like, say, 3 gears to firing on an extra 4th or 5th. So really getting themselves to push themselves for that like last extra rep and second rep. And one thing he said is tightening up. So I remember learning from him. Whew, this workout's really hitting me now. Is, for example, like say in this situation, tighten up your hands. So I'm squeezing my hands tighter. And then the thing is tighten your glutes, right? So pretend like you want to put like a penny between your glutes and you're squeezing. And what you're doing is you're trying to like tighten up your body to be like, okay, like I've hit a pretty big max. But what I'm trying to do now is get in 1 or 2 last reps. So squeeze hands, tighten glutes together, and really do that to fire off on not just, like say, most of your cylinders, but almost all of them, as many as you can. And it helps. It is crazy because I feel like after I did that one, I was like, oh, I have 2 left. Oh my God. But then I'm like, glutes together, squeeze hands, tighten up, really focus on, you know, and then boom. So, all right. We got 20 left. Whew. Thinking maybe what I want to do for these, maybe I'll do like, start speeding up the wasting, or the, let's say wasting time. I'm going to say waiting wasting. I guess in this case they're kind of synonyms because I am kind of just like, you know, like, I know. Maybe do sets of 5. So start like lowering my sets or my reps down now because I'm at 80. So I can either do 4 reps of 5. Maybe I do a little more here and there. So I'm hitting that wall though. So I feel like I'm gonna hit a point where like even with a long break, I still not might, I don't know, I might be able to perform that full set of like 7 or 8 like I'm doing, I feel like, on average. All right. All right. I think I could have done one more there. I could have. But 3, technically maximum 3 sets left. All right, 85. Feeling good. I'm getting excited now. Because my time right now on camera is 36 minutes. It took me probably, I would love to do this under sub 40. I probably did a minute of intro and setting up the camera. I would love to, I mean, I'm not timing this. I'm not trying to, you know, speed run it, even though I was talking about any percentage. But if I could hit sub 40, just have to say though on this video, I'd have to probably go back when editing or later on, look at like my time, but let me try to speed these ones up. Like really push myself for these last 15, you know? I'm at 85. All right, 90, 10 left. Use a little too much momentum there, I'm not gonna lie. More than I like. Like, I should maybe use a stopwatch. Sometimes I do that. But like I have like a stopwatch off camera that I can see my exact time. I'm not constantly having to like look back on it. But I think, you know what? Maybe sets of 5 is the move. Whew. Only 2 sets left. Whew. You know, I gotta do a video about this walk here sometime. I've never done a video about this, like walking around Playa Vista, but like this whole area. I mean, I feel like this probably, I feel like the shot does give it some justice where it's like, I mean, it's beautiful, like beautiful nature. Like there's also a lot of really cool like bars. Actually, I take it back, a few bars. But really a lot of really cool restaurants in like the heart of Playa Vista. Sometimes people call it, I've heard people call it like Silicon Beach and everything. So it's a really cool area of LA. I feel like a bit underrated because it's not the kind of place you go out to like party or anything. But just like a general area, it's super cool. All right. Use a little momentum there. Come on. 95. Looking on time. Alright. I only got 5 left. Then I'm just ripping it. Come on. One last set to rule them all. Just got a Pavel Tatsuda in this. And Goggins this. 5 left. Come on. Whew. Two. Shoot. That was like 2.5. Shoot, I think I just cut open my hand. Dang it. Not about the cut, but is that 2.5? I don't count it. That was 2. Round down, don't round up. Got 3 left. Ooh, that stung. Dang it. You know this sometimes when because these bars are like, not getting of the word, the material, but like, they like, sometimes like get caught in the wrong position, it can like rip open a little bit. It's not fully ripped open, but, all right, 3 left. 1, 2, No. That's 2. Whew. Oh man, I'm fully, can see a little bit. Oh man, ripped open that callus. Nothing a little chalk can't fix. Okay, all right, one more. Just gotta make sure I don't like grip under it, but grip over it. There it is. All right, what time am I at? It says 40 minutes and 54 seconds. I may have just made it, or ooh, it's gonna be close. I don't know. Maybe someone, I'll probably post it in the notes or in the description if I actually hit sub 40. I feel like I may have just missed it by like a few seconds. I'm gonna have to put a band-aid on that later. Huge pro tip, by the way. I'm doing a couple more, by the way. In case you're like, wait, why are you still talking and like kind of getting geared? I want to do maybe like, maybe a solid set of like 2 or 3. You know, I feel like some of those are momentum. I know I rounded down for a couple of those, but I might as well do a couple just to like solidify this in. It's like a fun workout. But huge pro tip I learned. Shout out to my friend Ryan Ford, who founded Apex Movement in Colorado and everything. It's gonna sound weird, but you get sandpaper, put it on like a block or like even like a pole, and you like sand down your calluses. Because what happens is, see here, is sometimes when they get too big, either A, some people just naturally pick on them, just as like almost like a habit or whatever, or B, I think they're more easier to get ripped open, and you kind of like, not lose the benefit of the callus per se, but you know, it's just a lot better if it doesn't do that. I think, as far as I remember, the rock climbing world calls it a flapper. I think I'm correct. Which also too, while we're talking about like terminology, one of my favorite ones in the rock climbing world, which I want to start using more, is they use a term called flashing or flash. And when you flash something, what it means is you accomplish a rock climbing route on your first time. So I kind of like that it's binary. You either flash it or you didn't flash it. You can never flash it again if you screw up the first time. So kind of like that idea of like life being like, oh, if I'm doing something for the first time, I've never done whatever I'm about to do, and I accomplish it, I can say I flashed it. I think it's kind of cool. It's like easy to use. All right, just want to do maybe like 2 or 3. Just I don't know, just like I said, +1 mentality. All right. Alright. Oh, I just ripped open my other one. Alright. Man. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lower this down so I can like talk more directly to you. So, where to work out. Feel pretty good. Minus these. Kind of annoying, but you know what? Definitely feel like a solid start. I want to do, I want to angle this back up a little bit. You know, it's funny, I filmed so many times for like YouTube. I'm using my iPhone. I film all my videos on my iPhone, where I can tell based off the angle of the lens how much I'm in or not in the frame. So I was like, I want this to be a little bit higher actually. Now I'm looking at it. Just one more smudge would be better. Yeah, right there. There it is. That's the angle. Okay, there we go. That's better. But yeah, let me know what you think about these kind of workouts. If you like a video like this, where it's like very raw, very casual. I didn't have any background music. If anything, the background music is like the wind and people walking and talking and stuff like that. Like more like in real life in the wild background music, but solid workout. And I think a solid start. Because doing these kind of videos, I think do definitely help me push myself to have better form. I mean, I always believe that you are who you say you are when no one's around. Same thing with working out, right? So if I'm working out and no one's around me, I still want to make sure everything's perfect form. But it is nice to have like a video of it to like give myself a little more motivation. Thanks for watching. There it is, 100 wide pull-ups.